Hey, everybody, I hope you are doing well. So, look on the screen. Look on the screen. Horror. Just horror on the screen. Listen, I got some information here I wanted to share with you, so I'm trying to get to it like really quick. Sad to say, but I think the insurance companies, they had to pull out. Oh, trust and believe. They had to pull out. The numbers speak for themselves. So, the California wildfires, check this out. According to the estimates from AccuWeather, and just you've seen it probably in general, that the Southern California wildfires could cost, it could amount to 135 to 150 billion dollars in damages, making it one of the most costly wildfires and natural disasters in recent U.S. history. Listen, and I've seen a report that's saying, hey, it would take 10 years. It would take 10 years to build this back. And it could cost up to $160 billion. That's the estimate. So keep in mind, $160 billion. Well, we got a problem. I was just checking some information and check this out. So, one insurer reportedly pulled out 70%, canceled the policies. They didn't have a choice as far as I can see, because guess what? The money wasn't there, people. It says, so keep in mind, we're looking at estimates, projections of $150 billion to $160 billion. That's just for the state of California. The money wasn't there. It says here, State Farm, who, as I understand, reportedly canceled 70% of the homeowners' policies for fire. State Farm's net worth at the end of 2023 was $134.8 billion. It was an increase of 3.5 billion in 2022. However, they reported a net loss of 6.3 billion in 2023. And listen, the money that was made on this company, let's see here. Guess what it says? State Farm's net worth increased in 2023 due to an increase in the value of its unaffiliated stock portfolio. However, the company experienced a significant increase in catastrophic claims, which contributed to its net loss. So stop and think. They made some money in the stock market, their portfolio. They couldn't have covered those losses. I showed you the video, the trajectory. Again, it's about systems, it's about having the information and how to make an informed decision. I showed you the video. In 2023, over 332,000 acres burned. In 2024, that number turned to 1,050,000 acres burned. In 2023, I believe it was 595,000 homes that burned. 2024, over 605,000 homes that burned. Can you not see the trajectory? It's going up. Why did they get out? Looks like they didn't have the money and they weren't going to sit up here and go broke. Make the company what? Insolvent? Self preservation. Here is that State Farm threatens to abandon California if they can't raise prices. I told you, insurance companies, and that's been my understanding, they have to go to the state. They just can't say, well, I want to charge XYZ. They have to get approval from the state. And look at this. Want to raise prices, 52% for renters and 30% for homeowners. And it said California's largest insurer, State Farm, recently notified California's Department of Insurance to allow them to hike home insurance rates for millions of residents, or they will drop coverage of many insured. And the request comes amid the state's ongoing insurance crisis as coverage costs increase. Wow. So they notified the state. This was 6 months ago. This article here. They notified the state. So that tells me somebody knew. And this is the same state that's reported they have what? Oh, empty water reservoirs. The same state where the fire hydrants had either low pressure or in some cases no water at all. I never a fire hydrant with no water at all. Wow. So sounds like to me somebody knew. Sounds like to me the state knew 6 months ago. I'm like, well, did the state know they were struggling? Here it says, and this is just my AI research, okay? It says, yes, California knew that insurance companies like State Farm were struggling to pay claims due to increasing fire damages and limited charging rates. So you knew they were struggling. They already threatened to go ahead and pull out because they cannot raise the rates. And yet you have the audacity, the dumb audacity, the dim audacity to sit up here. And I said dim audacity, meaning Democrat. You have the dumb audacity, the dim audacity to have empty reservoirs. I did the video. This is nothing new. You had a 10-year head start, and don't forget, that was in 2014 for Proposition 1. For that to hit the ballot at that time, it makes me wonder if the crisis had been prior to that. It just happened to hit the ballot, and still it passed. What are the results? How in the heck do you justify 10 years later having empty water reservoirs? How do you justify 10 years later having fire hydrants that have low pressure or no water at all, or running out of water? How do you justify that? So it seems to me they had to. How could you not know? How did the powers that be not know? So if a company is worth $134 billion, and just for Southern California alone, the projected amount is 135 to 150 billion. Do you really honestly think that they're going to sit up here and go out of business just to go ahead and insure people? Think again, it's not going to happen. They're not going to go, well, we felt so bad for taking those policies, they're being the insurer for so long, for 10, 20 years. It wasn't cost effective. I can't find anything. If so, please show me where the state stepped in and say, hey, we're going to do this here. That company's not about to go broke. I may like you, heck, may love you. But if you think I'm going to sit up here and become homeless because I love some YouTube subscribers, you might want to think again. I'm not willing to do that. If you think a company's going to sit up here and do nothing and go broke, become insolvent, the company been around for a long time. Now we know. I've heard people say the fire came so fast they just had to run, run, run. They've seen the videos. I've heard a friend of mine like, hey, I've been calling, trying to find someone, find someone. Kind of concerning. You haven't heard anything yet? Hoping for the best. And look at this here. The withdrawal didn't just start. It says withdrawal from California's homeowners market. State Farm General Insurance Company stopped accepting new applications for homeowners insurance in California in May of 2023. It says State Farm's policyholder surplus in California dropped from $4 billion in 2016 to $1.3 billion in 2023. Oh, as I said before, they got to ask the state. State Farm has requested significant rate increases for homeowners, condo owners, and renters in California. Who are they requested from? Could it be California's Department of Insurance? So they've made it clear they're going to abandon if they can't raise prices. This article is dated 6 months ago. It said California's largest, who is not on the job? California's largest insurer, State Farm, recently, 6 months ago, notified California's Department of Insurance to allow them to hike home insurance rates for millions of residents, or they will drop the coverage of many insured. Can you do anything, Governor Newsom, ahead of time? Could y'all do anything? So maybe you and I didn't know this. We weren't aware of it. Appears to me that somebody was. The question is, what did they do? Did they say, okay, oh well, and now look. And then on top of that, empty water reservoirs, you've got to be kidding me. This sounds like some kind of this sounds like some kind of Barney. Barney? Andy? See if Aunt Lee can get that water hose out there. This sounds crazy to me. Whoever's in charge, Gavin, you're the governor. How did this happen? Don't forget, it's like inherited dysfunction. 2014, Proposition 1 passed. 2014, Proposition 1 passed. And how dare you still have empty water reservoirs? Fire hydrants, low pressure, no water. What the heck? The powers that be. Talk about, this is more than dropping the ball. This just seems to me to be like some kind of lackadaisical attitude, like, okay, whatever, and just go on. What are you busy doing? And now look. Now look. And all that money, property taxes are going to probably sink because now you can't charge based on a home that's not there, based on the land. Oh my goodness, guess what? People fleeing, you're going to have less money. So don't be surprised next time you might need an ambulance or a fire truck. They already cut the budget by what, $17 million, the mayor. So don't be surprised. Oh, need 911 if it might take. Oh no, someone's trying to get into my home. Tax dollars. Don't be surprised in the aftermath of staying there if it takes, oh, let's see, about maybe 6 hours for a cop to arrive. The taxes on who's left is going to remain. I think they're going to lose a lot of tax dollars. Investors are coming in, making offers to buy up the dirt reportedly. They're not going to put a house there by next week. So I have to ask the question. First of all, based up on the numbers, State Farm's net worth at the end of 2023 was $134.8 billion. Okay? That was 2023. I don't have 2024's. But $134.8 billion. And just for California alone, Southern California, the cost of the fire is $150 billion, $135 billion. Some estimates report they're projecting it would take $160 billion to rebuild. You think that company's going to sit up here and go out of business because of Southern California? Any state. That's crazy. Nonsensical. They wouldn't have been able to pay the claims anyway because look at the net worth. The money's not there. They wouldn't be able to pay the claims anyway. Here would have come all the lawsuits. It would have become insolvent. They would not have been able to pay those claims anyway. So guess what? They dropped the mic. I'm out. Somebody knew. Again, where was the money going to come from? If they're projecting 150 to 160 billion dollars to build it back, and the company's total is worth maybe around 134, let's just round up 135 billion. Where is it going to come from? Uh-oh, that bankrupt the insurance company. Uh-oh, they're insolvent. They're going to shut down. Uh-oh, everybody's lost their jobs. So you wonder why they got out? They couldn't have paid the claims anyway, based on this information that I have in front of me. There is no way. Couldn't have paid the claims anyway. But again, it said it notified California's Department of Insurance. So it looks like to me it was going to be a disaster either way, based on State Farm's net worth and what it would cost to rebuild Southern California. If they had maybe not canceled, and trust me, I'm not affiliated with this company, don't want to be affiliated with it. I'm just giving you information. The ones at the top, what are you doing? And telling you, well, if they can't raise the rates, well, then the people maybe couldn't afford it. But then we're going to leave and add empty water reservoirs on top of the fire hydrants. This right here, did they do anything to try to mitigate the damages? Did you not see? I don't understand. Did you not see the trajectory about the wildfires? I did the video on it. What's the state doing then to mitigate the damages? Looks like from what I saw, big old fat nothing. And now look, what are people left with? From Palisades out to Dana E, what they left with? Nothing. How do you sleep at night? Governor Newsom, how do you sleep at night? Probably on the best, huh? So anyway, let me know what you think. They w- they had to have gotten out. They would have gone insolvent. They wouldn't have been able to pay those claims. It says they threatened, gave them the heads up, gave the state the heads up based on this article. Hey, we're gonna get up out of here because it's not. We can't make any money. They're not about to go homeless, about to go out of business for anybody. That's it, nonsensical. Who would? A long-standing entity. I'm gonna go broke because of you. Giving you the heads up. What did they do? Well, I think we know what they did. And look at the people homeless. Look at this is unbelievable. Anyway, listen, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting my channel. Let me know what you think. I'm like, they couldn't have paid the claims anyway. Because the money wasn't there. So I guess it's become insolvent again. The thing to remember out of this information, what did the state do after they were notified? Proposition Proposition 1, 2014, what did they do after it passed? Was it Governor Jerry Brown, I believe, at that time? Unbelievable. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.